Come on, all the shit they said about us, it's time for us to get out there and show it to them.
What you here for? Strictly business. Yeah. You want a job or get rich? I'm bossed up. 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 I got boss in my IV. Just check my ID, and that's why I be the H and I C. People despise me. My services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low. Rappers turning into rats. Try snitching on they self. DEA ransack.
What's good? What's poppin'? The boys are in the building on a Saturday. We had, I was jammed up yesterday. Couldn't make it.
I was jammed up yesterday.
So we're gonna make it up today. We're gonna have some fun today. It's gonna be short. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be a 2-minute drill. We're gonna fly through this. We're gonna have some fun with it. Let's get it cracking. It seems like every time I listen to the intro song, there's always something that grabs me into the topic in which we're talking.
Same.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Doc Holler. He's the one that does the song. The niggas despise me.
I think we're becoming some of the most unliked people on sports entertainment right now.
Right. I'm starting to, my services ain't free. Shout out to my brother Trent over there, Flag on the Play. He stopped through on Friday. We was with him on Tuesday. The services of Inside the Huddle and From the Sidelines got him, landed him a guest spot of one Darius Big Play Slay.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to yours truly. So hey, shout out to the guys. Look, that's like I said, we help out everybody in the community.
I mean, we pull up, turn your place up, get up out of there, man. That's what we do.
Right. Like our time is coming. What you do is when you help others with no expectation of anything in return, the return that you get will come back tenfold.
It's always greater.
It's always greater. So shout out to them guys over there. Big shout out to them over there for that interview. I caught pieces of it. Seemed like a good interview with Darius Slay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, just keep yourself tapped into us. I keep trying to tell you, we are the ones.
We the ones, man.
We the ones. Speaking of we are the ones and stuff that we do before everyone else, Mulish sent me on Facebook a nice little article from the NFL and how they want to give out the Protector of the Year award. I think it was our pod when we said, you know what? Offensive linemen don't get enough love.
Sure did.
And we did a whole pod dedicated to offensive linemen and just pointing out how important offensive linemen are. Even said that Trent Williams should have been MVP.
Should have been MVP. Yep, sure did. And we also said that they're not going to give lineman MVP, or if they're not going to even consider lineman MVP, then they should come out with an award specifically for linemen.
And what did they do, sir?
What did they do?
Protector
of the Year award.
So,
again,
they're listening clearly,
and that's fine. We seen that from what's his name, verbatim, right? Repeated everything we said verbatim the day after. So,
right. So it's good. Like we take pride in everything that we do over here. This is, like I said, just confirmation. We're on our way. This is our journey. You know what I mean? So if everybody who's been following us and you been witness to all of the things that's been said, that's been happening, we heard it first. And that's cool. Makes us feel good.
So I'm trying to know. That's it. So I'm trying to know where it comes from, where you heard it from first, and where to give the credit to when you guys want to give credit. That's it. And now let's get to the meat and potatoes of what's been going on for the past week.
Honestly, week and a half to keep it a bean. Week and a half. I am going to say this with my full chest so that everybody watching can understand where I'm coming from, and it's up from here on out. You hear me? First of all, when you come through, give a like. It just helps us out in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to blow this up organically, like the good pod we are. Okay. It's fuck Calvin Johnson from here on out. And this has nothing to do with you, Mr. Calvin Johnson. Has nothing to do with you. Your fans, the people who support you are the culprits of this. They're the culprits. You are on Darrelle Revis status with me. You are Darrelle Revis, Calvin Johnson, LeBron James.
Yep.
I need one more. I need one more. That'll be my Mount Rushmore.
Yep. It's getting close, but it's almost Patrick Mahomes.
It's almost Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen is coming up.
Ooh, he's right after. Y'all, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, they're like almost intertwinable right now.
Yeah. Okay. So, Friday we didn't get into it as much as I would want to, but we did on Tuesday. The backstory for all of this. Trent did a great job editing a video on his show about who are the 10 receivers I feel are better than Calvin Johnson. I, in turn, asked him, are we talking about talent or production on the field? He said, everything. Bet. That's everything. To me, that's your career. All right? So I ran down my 10 receivers that were better than Calvin Johnson. And apparently, a lot of y'all panties got super bunched up.
All twisted and twined.
We talking straight. We went from bloomers to boy shorts to thongs to G-strings.
Man, I'm talking that crazy.
Like, y'all went nuts. I was called everything but a child of God.
Everything but a child of the Lord. Okay?
Of
niggas
the Lord.
Is smoking everything. Niggas is drinking everything.
Yeah.
All kind of drugs.
I was told I'm on drugs, alcohol. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that Mike Epps is like drugs, Hennessy, weed. Yep. I'm gonna put that in here. I was on everything.
Everything. We was on everything.
According to y'all, I was on everything. I don't know football. Everything. It was crazy.
We don't know football. We don't watch film. We don't watch games. None of it.
None of that. Now, the argument everybody was talking about was talent. Oh, he's 6'5", 230, runs a 4.3. That ain't got nothing to do with being an all-time great, just so y'all know.
And before we continue, right? I want y'all to understand that intangibles and attributes, physical attributes, does not equate to talent. Continue, yo.
Right, doesn't. Or all-time great status, because in order to be considered an all-time great, you would have to have numbers and accomplishments to go with that. Okay, so everybody running off at the mouth, running. You don't know what you're talking about. You crazy. You this. You that. Blah, blah, blah. How dare you say Calvin Johnson isn't better than Marvin Harrison? Do you don't know who Marvin Harrison is? Like, did you see what Marvin Harrison has done over his career?
Did you watch Marvin Harrison?
Somebody had the nerve, the audacity to say Larry Fitzgerald is overrated.
The unmitigated golf.
1,078 catches, 16,000 yards, and 158 touchdowns is overrated. Overrated. That's what the motherfucker told me. And the only
121 touchdowns. Overrated. That's crazy.
That's what they told me. I had some people, they was talking about, oh, well, what about Don Hudson? I said, I can't bring up Don Hudson because if they are going to lose their mind over Isaac Bruce, if I bring up Don Hudson, their minds would explode.
You brought up Don Hudson, these niggas would probably would have ended the show at that point.
Right. Like even Steve Largent, they was like, how dare you? Steve, I said, you do realize Steve Largent, when he retired, was Jerry Rice.
Like,
He
and
owned.
he was white.
He owned every receiving record. He was number one. Oh, Jerry Rice had to break all of his records to be number one.
Literally.
Steve Largent is so nice. He's still top 20 and hasn't played football since 1989.
Mm.
That's how nice Steve Largent was.
Since 1989.
1989. He still got 100. He only has 700 catches or some bullshit like that and 100 touchdowns. Do the math.
819 receptions and 100 touchdowns.
800 and 100 touchdowns. Do you know how ignorant that is? But see, y'all don't understand because all y'all care about is, oh, well, he's not tall and he's not fast and he's not this. And the numbers speak for themselves, my bro. Numbers speak for themselves.
You realize that Steve Largent has never had over 100 receptions in a season and still has 800 receptions and over 100 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Productive. Like the dude was in a time when they weren't throwing the ball like that. Not to mention, he don't got the gloves that the dudes are wearing and none of that. Steve Largent was 5'10", like 180 pounds.
Yep.
He played receiver in a 3-point stance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he did.
He drafted in the 4th round.
And was the coldest wide receiver ever until Jerry Rice came. But that's it. Then, then it was like, oh, well, Calvin Johnson did what he did in 9 seasons. I was like, okay, he had 2 really good seasons and 1 season with 100 catches. That's cute. That's cute. But y'all don't have that same energy for Sterling Sharp, who Sterling Sharp led the league in receiving touchdowns 3 times, I believe it was. Had 300 catch seasons, won a Triple Crown, and led the league in receiving yards, I think 3 times in 7 years. That's productive, dog. And they didn't even put him in the Hall of Fame after 5 years.
Had to wait till this past year.
So you can't lean on, oh, well, he was super productive. He wasn't more productive than Sterling Sharp. And that short window. And Sterling Sharp, his career got cut short because of injury, not because he didn't want to play football no more.
Not because he didn't want to play anymore. It's crazy because you brought up Tim Brown, and they all got flabbergasted like it was some type of crazy statement, right?
Yep.
We're talking about a guy who came into the league as a receiver, or as a return man. People forget, came into the league really as a return man. Really does that for majority of the time until 1993, where he literally goes on a tear. I did
that. I did it from 92 to 2001. 9 seasons. It's 9 seasons. The same amount of time as Calvin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Over that time, more catches, more yards, more touchdowns than Calvin Johnson. Because people was telling me I was crazy. Tim Brown only got his stats off of longevity. But you take that 9-year window, he was more productive than Calvin Johnson. I'm just saying.
His peak, right?
That's what the numbers say.
His peak, right? They like to use that word. His peak.
They love that word. They love it.
Got it. For sure. It's just interesting, right? Brought up Steve Smith, right? Steve Smith Sr. And the reason why I always stick to the Triple Crown is because it was 5'9".
5'9", 180 something, and not fat, not 4'4", 4'5" speed, because he wasn't like lightning fast. He was very quick, but it wasn't fast.
5'9". Win a Triple Crown.
Triple Crown.
Now, the reason why I bring that up is because I think it was Trent's brother Trey. He brought up the specimen that Calvin Johnson was, right? Oh, 6'5", 245, runs a 4.3. Why did he win a Triple Crown? Even in that one season where he put up what was it, 19?
1900. I don't even think he had double-digit touchdowns.
He didn't. I think he only had 5. Well, if I'm positive. Yep, only had 5.
1,900 yards and 5 touchdowns.
122 receptions, 1,900 yards.
And scored 5 touchdowns. You know what else was crazy? Because I was like, once you start doing a deep dive, and I'm sorry, Calvin, this is not slang. This is your fans. I had to do this because the fans were retarded. Do you know Lions only went to the playoffs twice?
2 times. That was it. Twice.
And the thing I hate the most, LeBron fans do this as well. All of a sudden, Matthew Stafford is trash.
Really?
Oh, well, he didn't have a good quarterback. Are you serious right now? You serious? Matthew Stafford, his first full season starting, which was his 3rd season because he got hurt in his 2nd season, he threw for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns.
Which was absolutely unheard of at that time.
Absolutely insane. But, that's not nothing. Because I keep trying, they was like, oh, well, look at his supporting cast and he didn't have this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then you tell me what Andre Johnson had.
But that's the same thing that they praised Patrick Mahomes for. Those for 5,000 yards, 55 touchdowns. Oh, my God, he's this, he's that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, Matthew Stafford. Here we go.
Hey, look, you can't say this is why I did what I did last week. You can't say that Matthew Stafford was a mid quarterback or he wasn't really all that and it was Calvin Johnson, because Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp will beg different. That breaks that cycle right there.
Yep. Especially considering that Coop won a Triple Crown.
Yeah. Something that Calvin Johnson didn't do.
Something that, with Matthew Stafford, something that Calvin Johnson didn't do.
Yeah. So, and this, like I said, this is all the fans' fault. This is all y'all fault. Y'all did this. Y'all brought the rain upon you. Okay? Because now I have to tear him down just to prove a point. Because Mulich, if let's say we was going to have a fictional draft. I hate hypotheticals, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to pick. We knew what the outcome was going to be of each one of these wide receivers. What their numbers are their numbers, and we was going to get exactly that from each and every last one of these wide receivers. And they said, look, you got the first pick in the draft. You got to pick a wide receiver. Who you picking?
Any receiver from history? Or
any wide receiver in history, and you already know everything that they already have, what their resumes are today is what you're picking from.
Is what I'm picking from. I guess it would depend on the offense, but I think my first choice. Yeah, my first choice would probably be Jerry.
Yeah. Because with that, you're going to get all the yardage, the Super Bowl MVP. We don't talk about Calvin Johnson got that. Let's say you had the second pick.
Second pick. If I'm going with the second pick, I'm going.
And Jerry Rice is off the table.
I'm going Mike or Fitz.
Mike who?
Mike
Evans? Mike Evans or Fitz. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Third pick. Because what people to understand is, I said this years ago, and I'm going to keep saying this. Before you get to Calvin Johnson, there are a lot of other wide receivers you are going to take before you get to him.
Oh, most definitely. Because my next pick would Andre or Randy.
Like, you don't.
I'm giving y'all 2 each, so that's telling you something.
Yeah, like he's at best, he goes late 20s at best. And this is all for production. I'm gonna get to the talent part in a little bit, just to make you motherfuckers even more mad than you already are. This is just based off of production. For people to say that Calvin Johnson is better at playing wide receiver than Jerry Rice is ignorant. It's stupid. Because a dude that is 6'5", 230, runs a 4.3, and Jerry Rice, who is 6 feet, 180, and runs a 4.7, but was like Calvin Johnson would have to play 2 of his seasons. Two. To catch Jerry Rice. You can cut Jerry Rice's career in half. He's still better than Calvin Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Still better than more than half the receivers in NFL.
Jerry Rice to be. Listen, I'm looking into the camera when I'm gonna say this. Jerry Rice, out of any sport, we can argue who's the greatest basketball player of all time. You can have the Jordan, LeBron conversation, the Kobe, LeBron, Mike conversation. You can have that. You can argue who's the greatest quarterback. There is one position in football that you cannot argue. Maybe two. That's linebacker with Lawrence Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Rice at wide receiver.
Almost definitely. You're not arguing that at all.
There is nobody. You can argue from 2 to 100, but 1, there is no debate on who's the greatest wide receiver. There's none. None. You can't put an argument together to make someone better than Jerry Rice. There is none. Okay? So for anybody who, Randy Moss is better than Jerry Rice. No, he's not.
He's definitely not.
No, he's not.
He's most definitely not.
Not Calvin Johnson, not Larry Fitzgerald, not Chris. None of these. There is a fight for number 2. That is it. And Larry Fitzgerald got that in the headlock.
Yep. Most definitely.
So we can stop. Like the highest active receiver as in terms of yardage is DeAndre Hopkins. And he is still 11,000 yards away from Jerry Rice. And he's on the way out.
Mm-hmm. After that, it's Mike Evans.
And then it's Mike Evans. And Mike Evans is just super consistent. Mm-hmm. He's gonna get that 1,000. He's gonna get that 1,000. He's gonna get that 1,000 yards, and that's it. He would have to go ape shit to catch Jerry Rice. Ape shit.
He would have to play another, because where's he at right now? 10 years? He's at 11 years right now. So you'd have to play another 11 years.
At 1,000 yards a clip.
At 1,000 yards a clip to catch Jerry.
That's insane. That's insane. So that conversation is dead. It's completely washed up. You can't. That's all packed up, ready to go. It's out of here. I don't want to hear nothing else about who's the greatest wide receiver is Jerry Rice, and there's no one else. Stop it.
Because I don't care who your favorite. I don't care who your favorite is. I don't care who you grew up watching. I grew up personally watching all of these guys. Right? Jerry Rice played for my team. Right? Tim Brown. Right? The Steve Smith seniors, the Marvin Harrisons, the Reggie Waynes. Right? Loved all of these guys. But at the end of the day, like Mel said, it's undeniable.
There's no one.
There is nobody. Right? No, that like when you talk about the greatest receiver of all time, the first name has to be Jerry. If it don't start with it, I'm not even listening. Stop talking right now.
Like there's
right now.
And I don't care about Attribute. Okay, let's get to attributes. Now I'm gonna make you motherfuckers real mad. I'm gonna make you real mad because now this turned into, well, he was unguarded. You know what? Before I get to that dumb shit, let's get to this because I had this comment a lot in the chat, in the comment section of these fucking videos of, oh, well, you show me another wide receiver who got double teamed at the line of scrimmage. That would be Odell Beckham and Des Bryant. There's others, but I don't need to do this because trying to explain to people, and mind you, the Des Bryant one, just so we have context, that was the first play of the game.
Mm-hmm. Julio's also on that list. Y'all remember the day that Julio went for 200 yards receiving? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ask Dante Jackson and the other corner from Carolina what they were doing in the third quarter.
Like, he's not special in that sense. And this is no slight against him. When he got double teamed at the line, they were at the 3-yard line.
In the red zone at the 3-yard line.
At the 3. Oh, they're double teaming Odell Beckham at the 50. They're doubling Des Bryant at the 40. That's nuts.
Opposite 30. They're doubling guys. Like, what are we talking about here? People get doubled all the time.
Yeah, great wide receivers. If they're having a good game or if they're really that explosive, they'll do it. Do you see how they bracket Tyreek Hill?
Sensei, the bracket coverage is literally one of the most popular coverages now.
Yeah. Go watch how they cover Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Which I'm really gonna make you motherfuckers mad right now. Okay, so 6'5", 4.3 speed, 230. Right? That's what y'all want to talk about. Route running, hands, all that. That's dope. But they're like, oh well, you can't name 10 wide receivers better. Yes, I can.
Surely can.
I'll go with Jerry Rice right off the top.
Offer it.
That's off rip. Then let's go to Odell Beckham. It's my guy. If you think that Calvin Johnson runs better routes, has better hands, is better after the catch than Odell Beckham, you're out of your rabbit ass mind.
Out of your mind.
You're out of it. That's not even an argument. Odell Beckham is a better wide receiver in terms of playing the position than Calvin Johnson. I'm being very specific about what I'm saying right now. Let's go to Julio Jones. Better wide receiver in terms of playing the position. I don't care about stats no more. I don't even care about stats no more. We're talking about the ability to play the position. Okay? Julio Jones is better than Calvin Johnson. Jamar Chase, better than Calvin Johnson. Route running, hands, after the catch, all the things that you need for a wide receiver to be a wide receiver, Jamar Chase is better. You mentioned another guy, Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Better. Devontae Adams. Better. Tyreek Hill. Better. I give you one that some of y'all probably don't even know, didn't even really think about it. Keenan Allen. As far as route running, hands, all that, Keenan Allen's a better wide receiver.
I'll throw one out there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a guy that everybody kind of slept on for a while, Brandon Marshall.
Oh, yeah. I said Brandon Marshall, but everybody thought I was crazy when I said Brandon Marshall.
Constantly disrespect. You said Brandon Marshall. Everybody said you was crazy for saying Brandon Marshall. But Brandon Marshall only, like, didn't they say something about a 9-year span?
Mm-hmm. That's what they said. They said 7 to 9 is like that peak thing that they love to talk about.
7, 8. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, that's what they said, 7 to 9, right? I mean, Brandon Marshall only had 8 years in the NFL where he went over 1K. double-digit touchdowns. One of those years was 14 touchdowns, 1,500 yards.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he? He was in the league for what? 14 years, I think.
Yep, just under. He was in the league for 13 years,
and 6 of them he had 100 catches or more, right?
Yep.
Okay. And Calvin Johnson only had the 100-yard catch season, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. Do it another thing, because this was another thing I want to get into people's brains. Didn't Steve Largent average more yards per catch than Calvin Johnson?
Yep, actually. Yards per reception. Yep. Let's go ahead and do that. Yep. That is a fact.
Yeah. So the slower, smaller guy averaged more yards per catch than the big, fast guy.
The big, fast guy who was a bona fide down the field target, bona fide deep threat, bona fide jump ball artist.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Right. See, this is why I keep trying to tell y'all, just because you got talent and intangibles, it don't mean shit if it don't translate to the field.
And that's the reason why I always say that just because of how you're built, that doesn't equate to talent, because y'all love to say that, oh, you can just throw it up to him. Just throwing it up to somebody doesn't equate to being a good receiver. That means you're tall.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what that means. That means you're tall. You can't sit up there and explain to me how he created separation. You can't sit up there and explain to me how this slant route and him taking a slant route 75, 80 yards to the house is significant, right? You can't explain to me why he stacks so good. You can't explain to me how he's going to sit up there and create the space by faking to the outside and going back inside, right? Stemming to the outside, right? How is he able to create space and able to create routes without even being with minimal space, right? To create his own space, right? A lot of people can't break that down. So when you talk about receiving wise, right, outside of just route running and catching, like, and we gonna get into it, right? We can get into it. And if you break it down in that aspect, come on, dog. It's really not even a conversation.
It's really not. How about Chad Johnson? Chad Johnson's better.
Oh, most definitely. Because if we talking routes, if we talking hands, if we talking the ability to separate when in a closed space, if we talking the ability to stack, if we talking about catch radius, come on now.
Yeah, like this is easy, because at a certain point, what y'all do is y'all talk Calvin Johnson out of the conversation. Y'all do it all the time, because you gas people up without knowing what you're talking about. And this is the problem I have, is that a lot of y'all don't do research. You just talk about your feelings, how you feel about a wide receiver. Not the facts of the wide receiver, but that's why our tagline is facts over feelings. We don't care about your feelings.
Yeah. It's a nostalgic thing. And that's the reason why I say you can't base your rankings off of nostalgia. Right. No. Just like I told the homie in the comments, like, people are scared to move certain people out of their top 10, out of their top 5, because they like the player, because they grew up liking the player. That can't be the end all be all. You can't base your rankings or base your top 5 or top 10 just because you grew up liking that player, or grew up watching that player. No, like, how does their career measure up to somebody else's career? Somebody that could be new, somebody that could be old. Like, we got to start having real conversations and stop having nostalgia conversations just because you like the player and you remember how dominant they were for a few seasons when you were growing up. Like, that doesn't matter, right? Because everybody wants to talk about peak in that one season. And then, bro, fuck that. How consistent were they throughout their whole career?
Yeah. And that is the perfect segue, because that's why all you dummies who keep putting Darrelle Revis into conversations that he don't belong in, stop it.
Yeah, no, we got to stop doing that.
Stop. He's not a top 10 corner. He's not a top 5 corner. He's not the best cornerback of all time. It's absolutely not. It is absolutely ridiculous. Darrelle Revis was a good corner. And out of your own mouths, out of some of you guys, I watched some of y'all make videos, and y'all ranked the top cornerbacks of the 2000s and the 2010s. And y'all had Darrelle Revis at number 3 in the 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
How is he the third best cornerback in the 2010s, but he's the greatest cornerback of all time? Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Y'all had Patrick Peterson and Richard Sherman ahead of him. So unless Patrick Peterson and Richard Sherman are 1 and 2, there's no way he can be a top 5 cornerback at all time.
Can't. Doesn't make any sense.
And then I'm gonna stare into this camera again, and I want all you idiots to understand this. Charles Woodson is the greatest football player of all time. He is the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of football. I want you to understand this. He won 2 state championships in Ohio. Was voted Mr. Ohio coming out of high school.
Mr. Ohio, yep.
Went to the University of Michigan. Did what he did there and won a Heisman.
Only defensive player to do it since.
Then goes to the pros and wins Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 years later, win Defensive Player of the Year and a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Insane year.
If he would have won Super Bowl MVP, which I was praying he would do,
I was hoping he would
have been the most ignorant thing you can possibly do as a football player. And that goes on top of all of the career interceptions. He got like 65 or 68 interceptions, 23 touchdowns, over 1,200 tackles, 20 sacks. He's a cornerback.
I think he's the only player in NFL history with 50 picks and 50 sacks.
No, I think it's 20 sacks and 20 interceptions.
20 sacks, 20 interceptions, some crazy shit like that.
Like, that's nuts. He's a cornerback. He's a corner. And was doing this. Charles Woodson is the greatest football player of all time. Football player. And I will argue anybody on that. Anybody.
No, I ain't got nothing to say about that. I've been preaching that for the longest time.
Yeah, the numbers are the numbers. You can't. The accomplishments are the accomplishments. I love Deion Sanders. Love Deion. But when we're talking about football, from high school to professional, we have never seen a player this consistent in football.
In football, what Mel was about to say. Like you said, over 1,100 tackles, 65 interceptions, 966 interception yards. It's almost abandoned interception yards. 155 passes defended, pass deflections, however you guys want to count that stat. 33 forced fumbles, 18 of those being recovered. 20 sacks, 13 defensive touchdowns. The man was a dog. Literally, the best, not even one of the best defensive players, but the best actual football player, 2-time interception leader in the NFL. Right? Absolutely crazy. Art Rooney Award, Heisman Trophy, Walter Camp Award, Bronco Nagurski Award, Chuck Bernard Award, Jim Thorpe Award, Jack Tatum Trophy. Like, Chick Harley Award, right? Presented to College Football Player of the Year. I don't even think they give out this award anymore. Absolutely crazy. Unanimous All-American. Literally. I don't think that there's a more decorated football player that has ever came across in NFL history. Like, to me, there isn't one, unless you're talking about Lawrence Taylor. But that's a different conversation because you might be talking about defense. Mel dropped out, got his GED. Don't know what happened to him. But while he recovers, we're going to go over some UFL things. really quickly. Try to work in that before we wine and dine up out of here. Let's go ahead and pull up current UFL. I think the games for today have officially finished up. Yep. The Renegades beat the Showboats 30-12. Panthers Panthers lose to the Stallions 26-22. Now, I've seen that some crazy stuff happened in that game. There was a bit of a big hit that got somebody, I guess, ejected, which should tell you that this form of football is nothing to kind of take seriously or kind of trying to take lightly. I think a lot of people should start taking this brand of football a lot more seriously. It's a really entertaining product, and they have been a lot more consistent in bringing the entertainment as of recently. Friday, the Battle Hawks beat the Brahmas 39-13. That was a crazy kind of game. And then tomorrow you got the Defenders, who are considered to be one of the best teams in the UFL, going against the Roughnecks. Now, going into the playoffs, because a lot of teams did pick their playoffs thing. Mel has just officially popping. He's coming back in, give him some time to load up here.
Yeah, this shit was acting. This shit kicked me all the way out.
Yeah.
The StreamYard people must be Darrell Reeves fans.
They might be fucking with Darrell Reeves and Calvin Johnson, probably.
Yeah, they was like, "You doing too much today. Doing too much." But yeah, Charlie, like Woody is him, and it is what it is.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I was running down some UFL information before you bounce back in here. You know, just the little UFL riff. Going through some standings, some playoff predictions and whatnot. But yes, Charles Woodson is definitely him. I should bust out my Charles Woodson jersey one day on y'all. I'll lie to you. Keep it in a safe place, but you never know.
Yeah. Then let's get to okay. We also had let's see, we had the college football shit.
Oh yes. College football. That list was absolutely crazy.
That shit was egregious. It was, for those who didn't see it, The Athletic ranked the top 25 college football players of the 2000s. It was nasty work.
Very nasty.
It was nasty work. They had Cam Newton 1, Reggie Bush 2, Ndamukong Suh 3, Joe Burrow 4, Lamar Jackson 5, Ed Reed, Vince Young, Tim Tebow, Travis Hunter, nasty work, Terrell Suggs, Larry Fitzgerald, Andrew Luck, Devontae Smith, Baker Mayfield, Marcus Mariota, Chase Young, Christian McCaffrey, Roy Williams, the wide receiver Roy Williams, Julius Peppers, Aaron Donald, Jaden Daniels, Sean Taylor, Brock Bowers, Tyrann Mathieu, Quentin Nelson. Now, let old head Melvin go first. Okay. If we're going to talk about the 2000s, that's what we're going to talk about.
2000s.
I'm going to attack the wide receiver first. Devontae Smith. His Heisman season, he had 1,800 yards, 1,856 and 23 touchdowns. That sounds amazing. Sounds dope. Until you realize Michael Crabtree had 1,962 yards and 22 touchdowns and didn't win the Heisman.
Did not win the Heisman.
And there was another motherfucker some of y'all don't know about, and that's cool. It is what it is. That's why I said old head nigga guy always got to step in and step on people's toes. Y'all don't know who Greg Salas is. I do, because he played at Hawaii. And if you know anything about Hawaii, you know Timmy Chang. You know there's a lot of
guys over there.
A lot of guys over there, but y'all skip over that. There's only one wide receiver to catch for 2,000 yards in the season. That would be Greg Salas.
Yep.
2,000 yards receiving in a season. I don't care where you play.
At all. Don't care.
I don't give two fucks. 2,000 is 2,000. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And just so, let's see, leading. Oh, hold on. Let me just get this. Oh, my bad. I got the numbers wrong. I just messed it up. That was my fault. I apologize. Old head nigga. My CTE was kicking in. My CTE was kicking in. I wrote the names down wrong. That was my fault. Greg Salas had 1889. It was Trevor Inslee from Nevada that had the 2,000 yards. My bad. I was moving too fast. I got excited when I was writing down all the information. Michael Crabtree absolutely went nuts. Those stats are real. Those are 100% accurate. Justin Blackmon,
boy.
not on this list. Ignorant. Shit, Des Bryant's not on this list. Des Bryant would have went crazier if he didn't get suspended his last season.
We know Des. Des is
D'Angelo Williams. Some of y'all don't know who the fuck that is. But I will let you know this. D'Angelo Williams was a fucking maniac. Okay? Running back. Go look it up. I'm just going to give you names so everybody can just go do some research. Because if we're going to talk about college football players and based on their careers, see, a lot of people on those lists only played one season, and they had a really good one season. But they're missing out on the guys that played 3 really good seasons. Like Joe Burrow only played 1 good season. And I get it. He won a Heisman. That's cool. But there were other quarterbacks that played better for more years. They just didn't win a Heisman or anything like that. They're just more productive over their college career.
The fact that Jabril Peppers ain't on this list is crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Who else was I was looking at?
Like Adoree Jackson, he's not on this list.
No.
Which tells me y'all really didn't watch. Whoever made this list really didn't watch football, because you realize that, like, before the Travis Hunters of the world, there were the Jabril Peppers, there were the Adoree Jacksons.
Yeah, Chris Gamble.
The Chris Gambles, like the Charles Woodsons, like y'all realize that, right? Like Adoree got drafted as a corner, but the man was absolutely insane offensively.
And I don't know what the actual criteria was, because if I'm not mistaken, when did Denard Robinson play? In the 2000s. Well,
Shoelace?
Yeah, he played 09 to 12.
Shoelace.
He played 09 to 12.
09 to 12.
And if you know Denard Robinson, like, he was one of the most exciting football players in college football while he was there. I hated Rich Rodriguez's offense.
Yep, understandable.
But it was what it was. There was a running back outside of D'Angelo Williams. Hold on, let me see who it was. I can't remember. See, I don't know if they're doing from 2000 to 2010 or everything from 2000.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Where's my guy? Where's our guy at, bro? Where is Jameis? Where is famous? Do y'all not remember how much of a fucking dog was Jameis wasn't?
Yeah, Jameis wasn't on. Jameis wasn't on there.
Jameis won a Heisman. Y'all forget that.
They do forget about that.
They forget Jameis won a Heisman.
They do forget about that.
Bro, I be having to remind niggas like, hold on, wait, don't do too much on not too much on Jameis now, because my boy is a Heisman winner. He part of that Heisman house. He is a national champion. Don't do that.
Johnny Manziel wasn't on the list.
Johnny Manziel wasn't on the list. And a lot of y'all like to throw Johnny over Jameis. Jameis is a champion and won a Heisman.
Yeah.
What? And was 2 plays away from going back to back in national championships. What y'all talking about? Don't do that. What Jameis deserves to be on this list now.
LaDainian Tomlinson, not on the list.
LT not on this list.
Not on the list.
That's crazy.
And just for people to so they're like, oh, LaDainian Tomlinson was good in the pros. LaDainian Tomlinson was a monster at TCU. He had 1,821 yards in back-to-back seasons.
Derrick Henry not on this list. Do you remember what Derrick Henry was at Alabama?
Derrick Henry not on the list. Well, they put Christian McCaffrey, so I guess they're going from. So they're going from 2000 to 2020.
You know who I just thought about, bro? One of the most exciting players that we all understand didn't pan out in the NFL, but my God, if he had the Black Mamba himself, DeAnthony Thomas.
Yeah.
Do you know the influx of young kids that man himself brought to not just college football, but to Oregon?
Yeah.
The fandom? Come on, man. Tavon Austin.
Tavon. Sheldon. What's his name? What's the other receiver? Sheldon. I can't remember the fucking receiver.
The fact that y'all don't got the man who was responsible for the greatest highlight tape that YouTube has ever had on his platform on this list, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, when I say the greatest,
no. He has. If you ask pretty much any NFL player,
you can ask any football player right now.
Highlights they watched, it was Tavon Austin.
Who has the greatest highlight tape on the YouTube platform? It'll be Tavon Austin, dog.
Another nigga that's not on here. Devin.
Oh, God. Devin ain't on here either. Devin ain't on here. You don't remember what he was doing at the.
Like, that's why I was like, it's weird. I don't get it. There's not, they're missing people, man. You're missing people.
Y'all don't got Tavon on here is crazy. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let y'all let that down. Y'all don't have Tavon Austin or Jameis on this list, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No.
They don't got Jonathan Taylor's not on that list.
Right, JT's not on this list. Y'all never remember him?
Jonathan Taylor, from his freshman to his junior year, I just want everybody to hear this next. 1977, that was the year I was born. He ran for that his freshman year. 2194, that was his second season as a sophomore. Then 2003, another great year. That's what he did as a senior. He's not on this list.
Not on this list. Like,
crazy work. Let me see if I can no. I want where the quarterback, because I know I'm missing quarterbacks.
We talking quarterbacks. I know everybody talking about him now. Deshaun Watson. Shit,
Deshaun Watson. There you go. I don't even got Deshaun Watson wasn't on that list. I'm not even going past that.
Right, Deshaun Watson. We're not on this list. Sunshine, not on this list.
Deshaun Watson was one pass away from beating Alabama in back-to-back years.
In back-to-back years. What in the what is
let me see. Who else am I missing? Greatest
crazy. Absolutely crazy. I just don't. I don't understand it.
RG3.
RG3. I know y'all not fucking with him right now, but Robert Griffin was like that in college.
Yeah. Sam Bradford.
Also like that in college. I think a lot of people forget, bro. Like these guys won Heisman's, bro. Like
Yeah.
I know RG3 is known for being the goofy guy on television and podcasts, but y'all forget he was an offensive rookie of the year.
Leave that and that goofy stuff.
And when I mean goofy, I mean not like his lifestyle, just his mannerisms. Everybody,
no.
His mannerisms are very aloof.
Next week, I promise y'all, we're gonna tackle this because Ryan Clark made himself look like a total idiot. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna attack Ryan Clark next week for sure. And Will Brown will be back next week, so Will will be in the building next week.
Oh, yep, perfect. Let me see.
Who am I missing? Why can't I get?
Let me see. We gonna. When Dorsey was fired, that's cool too. Now this list is specifically for the past 25 years, so the 2000s.
Right. Graham Harrell, if we're going to talk about quarterbacks in college football. And you can say what you want. He went to Texas Tech and it was an air raid offense. But I don't give a fuck. You throw for 5,700 yards and 48 touchdowns. You're doing something.
The past 25 years.
Y'all
realize Ken Dorsey played in the 2000s, right?
Case Keenum threw for 5,000 yards 3 different times.
3 different times.
He's not on the list.
Nope.
Bailey Zappi almost threw for 6,000.
Yep. Now remember Brady Quinn?
Bro, Brady Quinn.
Not on the list.
Another Texas Tech quarterback, Cliff Kingsbury, my OC over there in Washington.
Yep. Crazy. Absolutely.
Like, there's a bunch. Like Deshaun, like we said Deshaun, so.
Y'all remember Chris Winkie?
Old man Winkie.
Come on, man.
I'm just trying to get this. Graham Harrell was throwing the shit out of the football.
Did you say Colt McCoy? I believe you said Colt McCoy already.
Did not, but he was on my mind. Yes, Colt McCoy. How about one Phillip Rivers?
Yep. Oh, good old senior sidearm.
Senior sidearm. So, yeah, like this is, and let me see because I want to see what
Palmer. Like what? Are we dead ass, bro?
Oh well, you can't. Well, I said Timmy Chang, so yeah, you can't forget about my boy Timmy Chang.
You can't forget about Timmy Chang.
Timmy Chang.
Mark Ingram.
Yeah. Heisman.
Come on, bro. Michael Crabtree is regarded as one of, if not the greatest college football wide receiver of all time. He's not on this list.
Not on the list. So the list is trash. Based on just what we just gave y'all, it was trash. It was Gabricio Basuda.
Absolutely. And the fact that y'all don't have Mike Vick on this list is criminal because you do not remember. Never mind.
Oh, Mike Vick did play in 2000, didn't he?
He did. V-Tech, man. Don't.
Nasty work.
Never mind. Never mind.
Nasty work. All right, so we're gonna get up out of here. This was a short show. This is gonna be, I told you, this is gonna be a 2-minute intro. It's gonna be short and sweet. We're gonna get to the point. We're gonna fire it up next week on Friday. We'll be in the building. And shout out to all the dudes that hit me up in the comments, in the DMs to come on the show. I'm setting all of y'all up to bring y'all asses on the show.
Oh yeah, no, we y'all gonna be coming right down the pipeline. Don't even worry. Be patient. We got y'all.
All right, I said everybody gave me the thumbs up and the okay that they was gonna come through, and that's cool. That's all I tell y'all. We tell you all the time. Just come if you got your opinions, and we going back and forth. Hey, stop the back and forth online.
Yeah,
come
get out
on
the
the
comment
show.
and hop on the live. Get out the comment and hop on cam. That's all we want. We just want engagement with us more conversation. We're not gonna bite. We're not gonna chew your head off. We're not gonna sit up there and jump you like most people think, because everybody think that we just gonna get up here and tag team. Nah, we just want to have a conversation.
That's conversation, man. Like, I just want you to express your point, because sometimes you get to typing and stuff and it don't come out right. And stuff.
Yeah.
I want you to come on.
Yeah, we want to see if you feel the same way on camera that you feel behind the keyboard and in the comments. That's it.
That's it.
Stand on what you believe in and stand on what you, bruh. That's all we
it.
want. That's all we want. And for everybody that want to sit up here and talk about how we don't got enough this and don't got enough that, click the link, get out the comments. Right? That's why we keep saying, come on the show, get out the comments, click the link in the bios. All right, we got our link in our bios for a reason. See the sub list. Okay. We're not just some run-of-the-muck small podcast, okay? We've been out here, you know what I mean? So click the link in the bio, peep the sub list, all right? Because we really like that. Second, okay? Don't be trying to sit up here and act all scared and get all this extra crazy language talking about, oh, well, y'all don't have enough. Nah, bring your homies to watch, shoot them the link so they can watch you talk your shit online. Our homies gonna be there to watch us talk our shit online. That's going to be like 10, 15, 12 people. That's going to, and then that's going to be a nice little crowd. All right. Then they can determine who had the best point. But don't be trying to sit up there and make excuses and run because you don't want to come on live and stand behind your point.
Right.
Come up here and talk about something, man. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right. And, like I said, new shit coming ASAP.
Down the pipeline.
In the next couple of weeks, Burroughs to the Bay. We popping. We're gonna do a little rework into some things. We're gonna bring you need more Moo and Mel. That's what you need more of. You need more. We're gonna give you more.
Yep.
And that show gonna be completely different. It's gonna be it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be completely
crazy. We were told to bring the ignorance, and because we can't bring the ignorance on here, we're gonna bring the ignorance to y'all somewhere else. So be on the lookout for that, and then catch the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week, because we'll be lit and live throughout the rest of the week. Gentlemen's Talk Basket, PVT, and Inside the Damn Huddle, because we talking that ish. And we're gonna see y'all next week.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn